How can you know if you're going to heaven or to hell? It's very simple, but first you must understand that there is two different ways to see heaven and hell, and both of them are connected. The first one is you are already experiencing heaven and hell on earth. Everyone has a totally different life. Some people are experiencing so much misery, so much suffering, while some other people are very peaceful, very happy, very joyful. So here on earth, outside of your external situation, within yourself, how you are, what kind of emotion you feel on a daily basis, what kind of thought you go on thinking every day, what kind of action or inaction that you take, what kind of intention that you're having behind everything that you do. All of this together create your karma. And this karma create either heaven on earth or hell on earth. And when you die, if you die as any regular human being, you will simply recycle what you already are at death into your next life. So whatever set of thought, of pattern, of emotion you've been feeding, whether you've been in hell or in heaven here, you will go on and carry your hell or your heaven in the next life. This is why it's so important that you do your best at all times to create heaven here on earth in yourself, to feel elevated emotion, to keep your mind silent, to just naturally be at peace. It is so important. So if you feel already in hell because you're depressed, you're sad, you're unhappy with life, then you can know for sure that you will just go on and carry it to your next life if you don't change. You're not going to have a free pass to the paradise or whatever you want to call it. However you are is how you will continue to be. So if you think this life is too hard for me, I'm giving up, I'm not going to do my meditation, I'm not going to do my inner work, I'll wait for the next life. It doesn't work this way. It will only get worse because the lesson that you don't learn, you have to go on experiencing the same pain, the same misery until you learn the lesson. And if the pain that universe sent your way wasn't enough for you to learn, then it will send you a bigger one for you to finally wake up and learn from it. So make sure that you learn from your mistake. Make sure that you learn from everything that has been challenging or that has been bad in your life. Because if you don't, it happened for nothing. Everything happened for a reason, for the growth of the soul. And if you do not embrace it, you can't just change the game. It will repeat itself. So this is the first heaven and hell, which is within you. Now about the bigger heaven and hell. I'm not even going to speak about hell because I don't believe and I don't feel that anyone goes to this hell. The only hell that people will be going throughout is the one where you reincarnate and live a very negative life. For example, in the Bhagavatam, it is explained that those who eat meat only to satisfy their taste bud, they make beautiful souls suffer so much. The cows, the chicken, the pigs, and the list goes on and on. And because of their ignorance, because they live in the city you have a choice. You can eat vegetable. You don't have to eat meat. If you must eat meat to survive, totally fine. But if you still have the choice, you are so lucky, you are rich. And I say rich because if you're seeing this video, you are rich. You are richer than 90% of humanity. So if you still do this choice, you create suffering for the animal. It is said that you will reincarnate in the next life as any sorts of life form that is eaten by the animal you've been eaten. This is an example of what could be your hell. It's just one example out of an infinite amount. But the other kind of paradise that exists, we call it the heavenly plane. So if you have been very good in this life, you did a lot of good things, you've been helping people, you've been helping the needy, you've just been overall a good person that spread more love than spread misery. But you've remained ignorant. You did not grow spiritually beyond pretending. You did not do the inner work. You did not do the meditation, the bhakti yoga, the this and that. Then you will get to possibly the heavenly plane. This is what we call as paradise. It's a place where you acquire a body that is no more 100% like the physical one, a 3D one. It is more of an energetic value, but it is not 100% an energy body, because this heavenly plane is temporal. You will be here for much longer than you are here on earth with this physical body, but at some point your time will run out, and it's not that you will die. You will be sent back to earth or wherever you are meant to be, to go on and grow as the soul. Because this whole life, it's like an egg for the soul to mature, for the soul to grow. And the heavenly plane is like a pause, a break. But the thing is, even in the heavenly plane, there is so much ignorance. It is not filled with the true pleasure of God, of being of transcendental nature. Instead, it is filled with the pleasure of the physical world. People go on and drink a special wine all the time. They intoxicate themselves. They enjoy the pleasure of the body. And sometimes they even get bored because at some point there is nothing to do. If all that you have is the physical pleasure, then you're bound to become bored at some point. So even the heavenly plane is not a place that you want to go. Where you want to go is beyond it. It is something that is infinite. It is where you acquire a spiritual body that will never get sick, that will never die, and that will never have to reincarnate on earth ever again. This is when you go back directly to Godhead. And the key to go back to Godhead, to seize the endless reincarnation cycle, is Bhakti Yoga. It is to cultivate love for God at all time within your heart. But the thing is, this is hard to do if you don't master your mind, because your mind goes on thinking all day long about things that are mostly negative, that are mostly limiting your spiritual growth. So the state of no mind is something that will immensely help you to be real in your Bhakti Yoga, beyond pretending. So where do you think you are right now? Are you in your inner hell? Are you in your inner heaven? And where do you think you are going if you continue to be the way you are? Let us know within the comment. And always remember that anytime you can totally change the direction of your life, even if you've been the worst, dishonest person who did a bunch of crime, you can always turn back to the light. So don't let your past dictate what happened for the present. You can be a new person at any second of your life. Thank you for watching this video. I am Simon, and together we grow spiritually beyond pretending. Hare Krishna.